welcome to Family Maker Camp. Here at Maker Camp, we are bringing you projects to do at home and facilitating families making together as we shelter in place during these final stages of shelter in place, and throughout the summer. We will be bringing you live programming and projects that you can make at home with your families. We bring on awesome makers every week, and today we have Miga Made out of Orlando, and I was first introduced to them from Maker Faire Orlando. And today we will be making mini R2D2 or TP-D2 robots. And so with that, I'm going to hand it over to Evan and Christy of Miga Made. Thank you.
Hi, thank you so much. Hi, everybody. We are so excited to be on this live stream, and we're really excited to not only tell you about Miga Made, but to make really cool TP-D2s with you. We are Miga Made. We are a creative brand where we go on fun art ventures on YouTube, and we just create really cool stuff out of cardboard, recyclables, anything that we can find, old toys, just about anything.
Yeah, so, well, I'm Evan. And this is Christy.
And that must make me Christy, so I'm Christy.
In case we're confused. Yeah, and so we love to make stuff out of items that we have in our house. So this is a perfect project for everybody to do because you can use whatever materials you have, and yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. I'm excited to be here.
It's fun, it's easy, and you can do it many times and come out with totally different results every time. If you want to check us out a little bit, we're at migamade.com. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, you name it, you got it. So you can see a lot of our cool videos over there. Should we get started?
We should get started.
Okay, cool. So hopefully everybody can see us in this window, and then you can also see us in this window. So we're gonna show you a little bit about what we're gonna do. And we have lots of little TP-D2s over here, and they are made out of toilet paper rolls, hence the name TP-D2. And they end up looking a lot like a little lovable droid that so many people know and love. And so we decided to make them into a really cool art project. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. So Evan, what is the first step of making a TP-D2?
So step number one, you gotta make sure you have a good, clean work surface to work on. I have a work table here. If you guys don't have a work table, you have like a kitchen table or a counter you're working on, just make sure it's protected. Put down a piece of cardboard or whatever you can to protect the surface. I think if you're a kid, your parents will really appreciate that. And if you're a parent, you'll save yourself from nicking your table.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and your parents let you do more cool stuff.
Yeah.
So once you have your work surface prepped, hopefully everybody does. We've already got our work surface prepped and ready to go. So that takes us to step number 2, which is to gather some items. And there's a lot of different cool stuff that you can use to make your own TP-D2. It's really whatever you have lying around. But we do have some suggestions. So we're gonna go over a few of the things that might be the most helpful in creating your TP-D2.
As a maker, I love to collect and organize all sorts of pieces that I find around the house, little items, caps off of milk jugs or old Easter eggs. I collect everything and I organize it. So I have all these great pieces that I'm going to use. It's almost like dumping out a Lego set and trying to find all the right pieces to make your spaceship or whatever you're doing. So,
in fact, we have bins of cool stuff that we can show in a little while if we have time. We have bins of keyboard keys, buttons, LEDs, just cool stuff that we find or that we take apart out of other things.
Yeah, we love it. So we should show them some of these pieces.
Yeah, we should. Well, the first thing that we're gonna definitely need is a toilet paper roll or a paper towel roll. So we're gonna need something like this. We're gonna cut these down, but we can start out with these. So this is kind of the base of the body. So we're definitely gonna need that. What's next?
What's next? So we have a good piece to use is an old Easter egg. If you have an old Easter egg, these make perfect dome tops for our TP-D2. But if you don't have one, you can use other items. So we have these that's a piece of an old electric toothbrush. You can use old caps if it's large enough to go over the paper towel tube.
I think this used to be a tire from an old toy. So really anything that you can find that kind of fits onto the toilet paper roll well. Something around that can fit on top of this would work really, really well.
What's cool about this project is if we lined up all of your TP-D2s, they'll all have their own unique, interesting little style to them because you'll be using whatever you have at your house.
That's right.
This one doesn't use an Easter egg. It actually uses it's a cap to
a laundry detergent bottle.
Yeah. So all sorts of options there.
And then we've also, in addition to the toilet paper rolls and different things that we wanted to use that could be the heads of the robots, we also have some trinkets and different odd shaped things, like we have some buttons here. We have little lights, little domes that we found that we've taken off of things, makeup brush caps, you know, just whatever you have around that's cool and interesting and has a neat shape will work.
These are neat too. I don't know if any of you out there recognize what these are, but I think they're off of some squeeze snack.
Applesauce
Yeah.
containers.
But I love that sort of thing.
Yeah, and parents might recognize these, and maybe some kids. These are from contact holders. Here we go. From contact holders. And these make really great little robot parts as well. So just gather lots of cool little things that you don't need anymore that have been discarded, that look cool or maybe have a neat color to them or a neat shape. And then we also have right here, we have some cardboard, just in case we need to make some shapes out of cardboard. And if you don't have some of the things that we have, or you don't have a lot of recyclables or upcyclables, cardboard is our best friend. So we can always make any shape that we want to. It's gluable, it's cuttable. So you can always make something out of cardboard if you don't have what you're looking for. And also some gym matting, some just regular old foam. Very helpful, easy to cut, and you can glue it as well. And then we also need some tools, right?
Yeah, we need tools. It's important to have a good, strong pair of scissors, but also it's important to have one of these guys. So if you're a kid, make sure you have your parents help. And if you're a parent, you got to be really careful with these because I certainly have a few scars on my body from that thing.
That is very true.
Yes, be careful. And we also use little screwdrivers to kind of help punch holes in our cardboard.
Mm-hmm.
That makes it a lot easier. And one important thing is glue. So we have super glue, and we also use hot glue if you have hot glue.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have super glue, hot glue, you can use white glue. It'll just take a bit longer to adhere the pieces together. But yeah, any kind of adhesive will work.
That's right. And if you are using white glue, maybe a hairdryer or something so that it can dry a little bit faster, so you can stay with us. And then, of course, we need some writing utensils. So here we just have, random Sharpies and pencils and pens here for if we need to mark something, or at the very end when we draw on our little TP-D2 circuitry. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. There's not too much stuff that you need. It's really just things that you find around your house or things that you might already have in the office. So now that we have our work surface and we have gathered our items, we are ready to start building our TP-D2.
Let's build. Let's start with our bodies.
Yeah. So we already have some bodies here that I can show you on the second camera. And some of them are painted and some of them are just bare. And you can do either. You can do whatever you want to do. If you notice, we do have some TP-D2s that are still bare cardboard. And then we have others that are painted. So you can also just color them with markers if you want to, or crayons. That'll still work as well.
So in this part of the process, it's a good time to put a full wash of color on your cardboard tube, whether it's a paper towel tube or a toilet paper tube. And we have both. So we have paper towel tube we can use, or we can use our smaller tubes.
That's right.
I think we're going to use our smaller tubes.
Yeah, I want to use one of the painted ones.
Me too. I love color on these robots. So yeah, we've already painted them.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't paint it right now, don't worry about it. When you do it again later, just make sure you paint it.
Yeah. Or you can use your markers now.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to choose, I really like this green color. I think this is so cool. It's just different and neat. And you don't see a lot of robots with this color. So I'm going to use this like funky light green color.
I think I'm going to use the purple.
This is a really nice color. It's super vibrant. There you go.
And that's just a painted teepee roll.
Yep.
Super easy.
Super easy.
Now, our TP-D2, to make a TP-D2 like this, or like this guy, he's about his body is about 2 inches tall. So this roll on a teepee roll, these are usually about 4 inches. So we can just cut this in half. And if you're using a paper towel tube, just cut it up to 2 inches. You can go a little bit longer, you can go a little bit shorter. It doesn't really matter, but 2 inches seems to work best. So you can do it with scissors, or I'm gonna use my knife. So I think I'm just gonna eyeball this because it doesn't have to be completely perfect. Cut this in half.
And if you're just joining us, just a reminder that we are Miga Made, and we are streaming on the Family Maker Camp site. And thanks so much, Family Maker Camp. We love being a part of this. If you want to know more about Miga Made, you can just look at all of the links in the description. They're all there. And now we're going to get back to our TP-D2s.
Well, I just realized because you can cut this in half, I have bodies for 2 TP-D2s. That's kind of cool. So I'm going to save one for later.
2 TP-D2s.
2 TP-D2s.
2 TP-D2s. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to use this one. I'm ready. I got my body ready to go.
We have our little bodies. So now we need a head. Step number 2.
Step number
3.
Step number 4. Step number 4.
We already went over some
Wow. So we've got our body, and now we're ready to figure out which head is going to fit nicely on it.
I will use the classic Easter egg. So I'm going to use the smaller half of the dome. So I'm going to use this little guy here because it's just a nice little dome shape. It's perfect for a TP-D2.
Yeah.
And what's great about it is it fits right on top of the teepee roll. So really easy. All we need to do is sort of use a little bit of super glue, white glue, hot glue, and just tack it down so it's attached. But that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's very cool. Now, okay, so this color, the more I look at this color, the more it kind of reminds me of like Frankenstein or something like that. Like it's a very Frankenstein kind of a color.
It's very like slime.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna try and make like my TP-D2 into like maybe like a Frankenbot or something like that. I think I'm gonna have a theme for mine. Okay, and honestly, this looks a little bit like the kind of hair, maybe? Like kind of like
it does look like Frankenstein.
That's kind of great. And I think this might fit. I think I might just have to manipulate it a little bit. And I think, oh yeah. And then it fits really nicely right there.
So you just kind of pushed it on.
It's very cute. Yeah, I pushed on, but I'm gonna add glue too because I want it to be secure. You know, because when I go to play with TP-D2, I want them to be, you know, fully secured together. So
I've had it where these eggs or the pieces that I've found haven't quite fit quite right on the tube. I'll either cut the tube so I can sort of force it on there, or I'll cut the piece that I have just so they fit. Fortunately, these fit together perfectly. I'm going to use super glue because it's easy.
Okay.
And it might glue my fingers together, but at least I won't get burned with the hot glue.
That's right. I'm going to use super glue as well. So I'm just going to make a few little bits, because super glue, a little bit goes a really long way with super glue. So I'm just putting a few tiny little beads all the way around, just like that. And then I'm just going to slip the TP roll right into this cool piece that I found.
You know what I wish?
Just gotta manipulate it a little bit.
I wish we could see what people are making right now.
Oh, I wish that too.
I wish I could see all your TP-D2s coming to life.
Do you think they have themes, or what do you think?
Oh,
I
man.
think people are making themed ones.
I love a good theme.
Me too.
I love a good story for the robot.
Same.
Although I don't have a
Right.
story. My story
Well, not
right
yet.
now.
Maybe not yet.
My story right now is purple.
Right. A purple story, which is also good. Okay, I think I've got my head on there pretty good, pretty well. And so does Evan. Evan's got his purple bot. Start it.
Super easy.
All right.
Now we have step 5, which we're going to put legs on our TP-D2.
That's right. So maybe we should look at some of the legs that we've already made on other ones.
Let's check these out. So the legs, I typically like to make the legs out of I'm just drawing pieces on cardboard and cutting it out, almost like a little U shape. But on this TP-D2, you can see we found some rubber or plastic pieces, and we just kind of glued them onto the side. That shape just worked really well for the side legs.
And it also allows them to actually stand up, because we want them to stand up. So those are great legs, those little rubber gaskets or whatever those are.
On this TP-D2, we used cardboard, but you can see the front leg. If you can show them the front leg is actually made out of a pen cap. So, and a keyboard key.
And a keyboard key. It's like a little sled leg. And then over here we have the binder clips right there.
So use what you have. I think I'm going to make mine out of just cardboard. I'm going to draw the shape that I want on cardboard and then cut it out with some scissors.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to make some out of foam and some pieces. I think I'm going to make, I really like this one because she's got like a little, I don't know, like socket here. And I really like that. I think that's super cute. So I might do something similar, but different to this one.
So first, let's start with just the basic shape of the leg.
Yes.
And then we can add little accessories on there to make it even cooler.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, so I'll take my cardboard.
Okay. I'm going to take the foam.
And you'll take the foam. I like this cardboard. Any cardboard that has the white on it, I really love because I can color it.
Oh, we have Anna Kurish from India. Hello, welcome. Thanks so much for joining.
Exciting stuff.
And that was from Facebook. Thank you. We're so excited to have people from around the world joining in. Thanks so much. All right, so we need to create a shape, and I am going to go ahead and I'm going to look at the size of my little TP-D2 here, and I have to try and make it where it is a little bit longer. I'm going to have my legs start around up here, and I want it to come down off of my little Frankenbot. I'm going to make it just a little bit longer than his body.
My ruler here.
Okay.
And I'm going to measure, I'm going to take my old robot here. I want the legs to be just about the same. So it looks like the leg that I have on this robot is about 1.5 inches. So I'm going to keep it to about 1.5 inches.
Is that about the right shape? I think that's about right. Yeah. About the right shape, something like that.
Just a little U shape.
Yeah. I'm going to cut this one out first, and I'm going to see if it fits. Let's see if it fits well.
So I'm going to go 1.5 inches. Let's see how wide this is. This is about 3/4 of an inch wide. Use one of these domes to trace it. Cool.
Oh, wet forming. Get in there.
Cool. I drew out my shape here in pencil. I'm going to cut this leg out, and I'm going to use that cut leg to trace my second leg so I don't have to draw it twice, and they'll be the same exact shape.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's what I'm doing too. I'm testing it out first. All right, what do you think? Is that a good size?
You want him off the ground, I think. That would work.
Well, yeah. Okay, great. So since this one works, I am going to take this, and then I'm just going to trace it so that I can get a second piece that's exactly the same.
There's people from all over the world watching.
I know, that's so cool. Me too.
So we have made robots for quite a long time.
Yes.
For almost a decade now.
Yeah, that's for a decade.
4 decades,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
We
10 years.
we make robots of all sizes.
Yes.
So we like to make robot sculptures, but then we make larger than life robots. I think the biggest robot we ever made was the dumpster robot, or was it?
Yeah. Okay, so we made one robot that looked exactly like a dumpster. He looked exactly like a dumpster, like the big green metal dumpsters that you see, like the big commercial size dumpsters. And it was 6 feet by 8 feet. I think it was a giant puppet robot. And it took how many people? 5 people?
It took 3 people on the inside to work.
3 people on the inside to work him. And we did a really cool show called Dog Powered Robot here in Orlando, Florida. And the audience did not know that it was a puppet until halfway through the show. And then all of a sudden the puppet, it just looked like a dumpster. And then all of a sudden he woke up and his panels came apart and you could see his eyes and his mouth and he was a character. It was so cool.
It was so much fun.
And it was so cool because every night you could hear the audience go, oh. So we loved that. That was really neat. All right.
We love making robots.
We do. You can also see lots of robots on Miga Made on our website. We have lots of cool videos that feature really cool robots that we just love. You can see Juku and Aki and Red and Zebo.
All right, okay, maybe I'll use the other.
Oh, there you go.
All right, we're back.
And we're back.
And we're back. So I used the piece that I cut out and traced it. So now I'll cut the second piece out.
Okay, and I am gluing foam to my little TP-D2 oat and onto his little body here. And if you notice, I'm doing it at a little bit of an angle. I'm doing it at a little bit of an angle so that he kind of maybe has like a little bit of a lean to him, just like that. And we're going to try and get both arms to have the same lean. Evan, what's your most favorite material to work with?
It's gotta be cardboard. I love cardboard. I'll tell you why I love cardboard. Because I always have a supply of cardboard.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like I never run out of cardboard. It's super lightweight. It's super strong. You can cut it, you can bend it, fold it, mold it into different shapes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really the
Pretty great.
Yeah, it's just so easy and accessible. And you can make it look like whatever you want. I love cardboard.
All right, I'm not happy with this. So I'm actually, the great thing about this is that you just pop it off and start again. Love that.
My legs cut. And I am going to glue them onto the TP-D2. You guys want to see Zebo? This is Zebo. You might recognize Zebo from our Miga Made videos. He's a little sassy. He's curious.
He's very curious.
And he gets a little frustrated.
He doesn't like to
sometimes.
listen to directions.
No.
We love Zebo.
We do love Zebo.
He stars in Miga Minis. Those are our little robot shorts that we make on our YouTube channel. Here we go. Okay, and now, since he's got such a lean, I got a really good lean for him, but now that he's got such a lean, I'm gonna need to put something in the back, like a little bumper, so that he can stand up, so that he doesn't fall over. So I'm actually gonna add a third leg. I have these 2 long legs on the sides, with the lean, and now I'm gonna create something in the back here so that he can stand up really nicely. That's not a good idea.
You have a little bit of an overhang.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to glue mine, and I'm gonna leave about a ½ inch beyond the paper towel tube or the toilet paper roll, just so I have enough room to glue on feet or clip on paper clips for feet. You want to just leave a little bit of extra room so you can put the feet on.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think about putting a little wheel? What about like a little wheel on the back? That might be kind of cute.
Oh, in the back?
Yeah,
That'd
and
be
then I
fun.
can add, I think I have some more that I can add to the front.
Yeah, you got 2 more.
You think that'll hold them up?
I think that'll work.
Yeah, let's try it. Well, if it doesn't, that's the cool thing about being a maker is that if it doesn't work, you just try again. The cool thing about being an artist. All right, let's see if this will do it. Just gluing a little wheel to the back side of my TP-D2. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm putting my legs on,
Yeah.
and I have the TP-D2 is leaning back.
Oh, you use the white side of the cardboard so that you're having like
Yeah.
a white, purple.
Right. Yeah. I
Cool.
just think that would look really neat with the color scheme.
Yeah, I like that.
So I placed the first leg on here, and I think to put the second one on, I'm just gonna like put it on the table and make sure that they're even. I'll just use the table to kind of level it.
Mm-hmm.
This is great. It actually,
Oh yeah, look at
I have-
that. It's great.
I have 2 legs on here. I want to use 3 legs,
So
but
let's see, let's
right
see
now I
if
have 2 legs, no feet, and it stands up on its own, which is good. That means it should be pretty
sturdy.
and level.
Yeah, that's great. Oh, mine is too.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize. My guy's
I did.
standing up as well. Yeah.
Did you glue it on?
Yeah, I
Did
thought I was gonna have to use some hot glue, but no, I do. I do want some hot glue.
you glue it?
Did you put a little dab of hot glue
Sure.
right there?
I can a little dab will do you there.
Okay, yeah.
Be careful with this hot glue.
Perfect. I always try to stand my guy up and see like where does he lean so that I know exactly where he needs the support. All right, Frankenbot's coming along.
Okay, so my legs are glued on. Use some super glue. And now we need to figure out, I'm going to figure out my front leg.
Okay.
You have a back wheel.
Yeah, I have back wheel.
I'm going to put a front foot or
Okay.
front leg on this.
Yes, and I think I might add, I see that we have 2 more of these really cool things that I used for the back wheel. So I might try and figure out how I can add these so that he's got like 3 kind of matching legs.
Franken wheels.
Franken wheels. Frank.
I'm going to use this little piece of plastic. This plastic I got from a piece of electronics, and when things come with plugs, sometimes they have these little plug covers. So I think these plug covers are great. I always save them. There's this type of plug cover, which is kind of like a little box. And then there's also this type of plug cover, which has the individual plugs that are covered. So they're both really cool pieces.
Yeah, I mean, imagine all the stuff that you could make from that. You know?
For the accessory later?
Yeah.
I made, these kind of look like bunny ears.
Yeah, they do look, oh, that's
So,
awesome.
I might put-
And the Easter
and
egg.
the-
Yeah, that's cute. Like
I might use that.
All right, I just added a wheel. So he's gonna have 3 green wheels.
This piece does not, this one doesn't reach the ground. So, or it's kind of hard to explain, but I can't just glue it on to my TP-D2
Mm-hmm.
because it doesn't reach. So I need to put a piece of cardboard that kind of, or maybe foam. I'll use
Oh yeah, foam would work
I'll
really
use
well.
some of Christy's extra foam. And
Oh wait, let's say hi to Karen. Karen from St. Charles, Ontario, Canada, from Facebook.
all right.
Hi Karen. Oh, welcome. Welcome to the Robot Invasion. We're happy to have you. Thanks so much. Thanks for being here. Let us know if you guys have any questions. If we're going too fast, if you have any questions for us. If you want to know maybe like where we got some of these pieces from, feel free to ask us some questions. We'd love to help makers. We love to share ideas. And let us know what you're doing. Let us know if you have a themed robot that you're making, a little TP-D2 of your own. We want to know. I need to borrow a little bit of hot glue, Edmund.
Go for it.
I can just reach over you. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Wow, our TP-D2s are so different. I love it. Man, mine is like ready for battle. You see this thing? He's like, he is a very powerful looking little robot. Yeah, he's a big guy. All right, let me show you guys what we're doing here. All right, so I've got my head here. I've got his little body. His 2 arms that are made from foam. And then I added the 2 little wheels. Match the little back wheel so that he stands up real nicely. And you can roll around. For anybody who's just joining us, just a reminder that we are Miga Made, and you can find all of our cool videos at migamade.com. And Family Maker Fair has invited us to come and do this really cool live stream to teach everybody how to make TP-D2s. And we call them that because, one, they look like little droids that everybody probably has seen, but they're made from TP rolls, toilet paper rolls. So if you're just joining us, grab some toilet paper rolls, some doodads from around your house, and join in and get started with us.
Yeah. Get all your doodads and whatnots. And
yeah, your beep boops
your who's-its.
Your who's-its and what's-its. All right, I think mine is pretty good for right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I have attached my front leg there. And so you can see there's a piece of foam that's holding on that little block in the front. And now it touches the ground and everything is kind of level. I'm a little bit behind, so.
Wait, we need to say hello to somebody. Max and Gabriella from New York. Hi, welcome. Welcome to the live stream on Family Maker Camp. We are Miga Made. They're using, okay, so Max and Gabriella said that they are using an egg carton cut for the head and lots of screws and bolts. Such a great idea. We love it. Way to go.
You can't go wrong with screws and bolts.
I know. It's true.
And that's super creative to use the egg carton.
The egg carton.
Yeah.
Very smart. Very smart. All right. Way to go, guys. Thanks for letting us know. We love hearing that stuff.
Okay, for my feet, I think I'm going to use these little pieces here. These are, where did I get these pieces? My tripod broke. So I took the broken pieces off of my tripod and they kind of hold the little poles on. And that's what I'm going to use for my TP-D2 feet.
I don't know how it is in your household, but when things break around here, before we actually throw it away, if we have to throw it away, we try and see what we can use. If there's a cool little spring or a neat piece of hardware that we can use, because you never know when we might need exactly that thing for a robot. Sometimes the parts even inspire the thing that we make, if we find something. The other day we were walking in our neighborhood. We were taking a nice walk in Orlando, Florida, and on the ground was an old, like a reel from a fishing pole. It was just the reel, and it looked exactly like a robot leg. And so we were thinking, how cool would it be to make like a cool pirate robot with one leg or something really neat, because it looked just like a little robot leg. And so we'll probably end up using that in a future Miga Made episode, so stay tuned. It'll be really cool. Since Evan's still working on his feet, I think I might add a few accessories to mine, because I thought it might be neat if he had like little cool rims or something on his wheels. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add a few of those. Ooh, or hubcaps. No, I think I'll do the rims. I think the rims might be kind of cool.
Chrissy, I changed my mind.
Okay.
I think I'm going to use keyboard keys instead.
Oh yeah, let me show everybody watching the keyboard keys. We have some really cool ones. Our friends sometimes will be getting rid of keyboards, and guess who are the first people that they talk to when they're getting rid of stuff? Because these things are so neat, like even just the on and off ones. And then we have little itty bitty tiny ones like this.
That's from a calculator.
It's from a calculator. It says second. Like how cool is that for a little robot or something? All right, so what are you thinking about using, Evan?
I think I'll use these on-offs.
On-off.
And maybe the 6 too. I'll use all the blue ones.
6, yeah. Okay. I'll put the silver ones back.
So these will make little feet here.
Okay.
I think I'll just glue them to the side. Just to kind of give it a little bit of weight.
Just a little something, yeah.
Super cute.
Yeah. All right. We need to put our music back on.
We do.
The music that you're hearing is actually the music that we use in our videos on Miga Made. So Evan makes that music. We actually have a full music video on our website, migamade.com, and it's called Recyc City. And we made an entire gigantic recycled futuristic city. And then we had our robots fly through the city. It's so cool. And we had some friends make some really cool music for us. So shout out to Jeff Gardner and Jason Millhouse.
We should play it.
Yeah, we should play it. And I'll show you guys some of our futuristic, while you guys are working on your TP-D2s, I'll show you some of our futuristic buildings that we made. So again, all recyclables, really cool stuff. So, and we put lights on them so that it can light up. So imagine like a gigantic city of all of these kinds of buildings and robots flying through them. So really fun stuff. Evan even hid lights all through some of these buildings. So you can actually open them up and they all light up.
And that's made out of
These are peanut containers. Peanut containers, little finger lights, and then of course doodads. How cool is that? Peanut containers, guys. Just peanut containers. Pretty cool.
I think I'm good with the feet.
Okay.
This should say on, but I put it upside down so it says no. But it
That
still
works
works.
too.
I'll keep it.
No and off.
No.
No and
No.
off. That's okay. That's fine. Okay, so here's my guy. I put his little rims on his front wheels. For anybody looking here, I'll show you here too. Very cute. All right, so we've got the body, we've got the head, we've got the arms, we've got the feet.
Yes.
What's next?
We should do, what is next? The
Eyeballs.
Eyeballs. Yes.
Or an eyeball.
An eyeball.
Right. 3 eyeballs. You can do whatever.
Guys, robots. They don't have eyes, they have tons of eyes, it doesn't matter. You could have
Do whatever you want.
You could have eyes all over your robot, or you could just have one eye. I think I'm just gonna do one eye on mine.
One eyeball?
One eye.
I was thinking about doing one eyeball as well. I was thinking maybe one eye would be the coolest because there's not a lot of space there. There's not a lot of space right here. And so I'd really like, instead of trying to squeeze 2 in, I think I'd like to do one cool eyeball. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna go for. That's what I'm gonna do.
I'm excited to show you what I have. There is a place in Orlando. It's called Skycraft. And
Yes.
it's like a junk store. And they have bins full of these little light covers from, I don't know what machine.
Just all different stuff.
But they are so neat. And they make perfect robot eyes. So that's what I'm going to use for my little TP-D2.
Yeah. Yeah, Skycraft is awesome. And I'm sure other cities around everywhere might have like a junk store, like a store where they pull apart all kinds of things and then they sell all the little teensy tiny pieces. And that's where we get a lot of really cool stuff. So check it out and see if you have one in your town. Ours is called Skycraft, and just about every artist in Orlando knows and loves Skycraft. So they're awesome.
So my eye, like I showed you, it's this little lens. It has a piece that sort of juts out from the back. I could just glue it onto my Easter egg, but I might want this to light up. I think we probably do that today. We probably get it to light up.
Yeah,
but
we get to light
in
up.
order to do that, I'll need to poke a hole through the front of my Easter egg Just so I can,
right here.
yeah, just so I can pop that little lens in there. And if I shine light on the inside of the droid, the head should light up and the eye should light up, and that'll be really neat.
Cool. All right, let's see it. So I'm looking around at all different types of things that we have here. And I have found that there's this, which I really like because it almost looks like it's a gear, but it also looks kind of like eyelashes or something. I don't know, it's kind of neat. And one really cool thing that you can do, not just with this project, but with any project when you're using recyclables, is to stack things on top of each other to give them a little bit more detail and more depth. And so we could take this and we could like put this guy on top of it, something like that. And it could create a really cool eyeball like that. I'm also kind of eyeing these little domes here, which I really kind of like that. I think that's really cool looking.
Where are those from? You know?
These were like little lights, right? These were like the shells
from fairy berries.
Fairy berries that are like little glow lights, and I used them for an art show, and then they were done glowing, and so we took apart all of them and used the casings. So I think I'm going to glue this guy to this metal piece like that. I might poke a hole. I don't know if I can poke a hole in this.
That's pretty thick.
But I can probably try to poke a hole in that. I'm going to see if that's too low for an eyeball though.
Let's find some of them.
Let's see. That seems kind of low for an eyeball. I kind of want the eyeball to be up in the head. So I think I'm going to kind of go with something like that. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So I don't need to poke a hole because mine's not going to light up.
So I've started my hole, and to do that, I just kind of worked the knife into the plastic, and I rotated the knife back and forth. Just take your time with it. It'll slowly open the hole, and you can always make a hole bigger, but you can't make it smaller. It's a lot harder to make it smaller. So just take your time with it. I keep testing it. So now, actually, that's like the perfect size right now. So I can actually just screw this piece in because it has little screw threads. It screws right in.
That looks really cool, Ev.
Thanks.
All right, and I have attached my little light here.
There's a camera.
I got it. There we go. I attached my little guy here like this. So now I'm going to attach it to the head.
Piece. So, as I just screwed the eye in, but I noticed that I have some really neat washers. So I think I'm going to put a washer on here first.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
And then put the eyeball.
Yeah, that's really neat. I like that a lot.
When I make robots, I like to put washers around their eyes quite often. It seems to frame out the little lenses nicely, and it looks really cool. It adds a little extra piece of detail on there. So here's what it looks like with the washer. It's like a nice little metal piece there, and it's cool. It's actually a really great size for the size of the Easter egg. I like that a lot. Cool.
Ooh, that looks awesome. I love it. So cute.
It's fun.
All right. This is glued together. I was thinking, what do you think about adding like a little people in the middle? I think it's too much. So I've got this already.
Glue it on first.
And then I could add this. It's very wide.
It's very wide.
It looks really neat. That.
I say try it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for it.
Go for it. Guys, just go for it.
Can I have some hot glue, please?
If you have an idea, give it a shot.
That's right. Try it out.
Because you know what? These are just little TP-D2s. You can make 1,000 of these.
It's true. We can make a lot of these guys.
Wow, that's good.
Woo! All right. A little Frankenbot is coming together. Yeah, I like it. Let's see about adding this guy now.
Need more hot glue?
I think so. You just put a dab there.
Looks kind of evil.
Yeah. But he's a nice robot.
He's a nice evil.
He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. Ooh, I like it.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I like it.
So
Okay.
we've got our eyes.
Yeah, we've got our eyes.
What's the next step?
I wonder what other people are using for their eyes.
Yeah.
I wonder if Max and Gabriella used bolts for eyes.
I'm going to be trolling the Facebook group
Yeah.
to see what you guys make.
A family maker camp.
Yeah. Famous
Ooh, yeah. You guys should post photos of all the TP-D2s on the family maker camp or on Miga Made Instagram with the hashtag Miga Made on it or Miga Makers because we really want to see what you guys are making. We can't wait. All right, so we've got the body. We've got the head. We did the legs. We did the feet and the eyeballs.
And the eyeballs.
So what's left?
So what's left is all the fun little details,
Yes.
accessories,
Yeah, the beat boots, the antennas.
the who's-its,
The who's-its and what's-its.
all that stuff that makes a robot a robot.
Cool. Love that.
I think I'm going to start with,
Mhm.
I think on the top part of my leg, I would like there to be another piece. And I'm looking at my
Mhm.
pieces over here, and I see these great little buttons.
There's two of them, too.
There are two buttons. I think I'm going to use this button here on the top of the leg. And it'll just make a nice, clean, circular shape. The yellow looks great on the purple.
Yeah, I love
It's gonna be
that.
pretty cool.
That's great. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I'm going to figure it out. I kind of want to give my guy an antenna, maybe. Oh, bolts. I could put bolts. Yeah. I could do some kind of cool bolts. Oh, how about that?
It's Frankenstein. So you need
Yeah,
bolts.
it's my Frankenbot. So how about some bolts over here like this? And that. That's cute. I like it. And, I have the hot glue gun over here.
Yeah. So some other accessories we've done in the past
Mm-hmm.
have included little jetpacks, right?
Yeah, actually I can show.
Yeah, we could show a jetpack. This jetpack accessory was made out of a pen cap.
Yeah.
And I think a piece of like
It's like it
a
was like-
holiday ornament.
Yeah, it was like the things that hold lights on Christmas trees or holiday trees. Yeah, so that's what that is. We gave him a little jetpack, so he's a little jetpack flyer.
Even here, show this up. That looks really nice.
That does look really good.
Just adding those little buttons.
Yeah, just gave it so much more.
It's got a little more personality.
Character. Yeah, that's why it's so great to layer things. Not just use one thing, but like maybe see how things can fit together
Right.
or sit on top of each other.
Yeah, that's really important. Whenever I make props with found items, I always layer them. And when you start to stack different items, different shapes, glue them together, and then you can like wash them with a single color,
Mm-hmm.
and then it makes them look, it will make whatever you're making look like a single item with all these little details and all the little ridges from all the pieces you found.
Yep, it's true. Really cool. All right, I have my bolts on my Frankenbot.
I like it. What else can we do here?
I think I might just want to put like a few like buttons
Yeah.
like down the front of him, maybe like for some circuitry or like little things on his chest, maybe because it feels very bare here. Yeah, these are really cool. What are these from, Evan?
No, that's off a Kindle? An old book
Yeah,
reader?
like an old book reader.
I think
These
it
are
was
like
an
the
old book
little
reader.
buttons.
A little keyboard.
Yeah. So I think these might make some really cool buttons for my guy.
I think I'm going to use a couple of these. What do they call them?
Like brads?
Brads? They're like
Wow.
paperclip brads.
Yeah, the things you find in folders.
These make really great rivet or button type things.
Yes, they do. And they come in all different colors. So, yeah, you grab a few of those. Those can make really cool robot pieces or buttons or different things to use.
I think I'm going to use this hot pink
I think this guy's gonna have three little buttons right here. And it actually, I used the letters Q, A, and Z. So maybe his name is Kaz.
Oh, you just kind of strip?
Yeah, I just got a strip of the buttons and it kind of spelled something out.
That's super fun.
Yeah.
I've used these little brads on other sculptures that I've made in the past. And like I said, I've like attached a bunch of these to a robot and then painted the whole thing a single color. And they really do look like ribbons.
Yeah, they do. It's really cool.
It's just, and they're so easy to kind of stick on your robot. Add a little detail.
There are the little buttons attached right there. Oh, Max and Gabriella are using bolts and beads. Hello, Laura from Facebook. Thank you for tuning in. And they are using nuts for the eyes. Very nice. So cool. I can't wait to see these. For anybody that's just joining us, we are Miga Made. I'm Christy and this is Evan from Miga Made. You can see all of our cool videos at migamade.com. And we are here as guests of Family Maker Camp, and we are so excited that they allowed us to come and do a cool live stream with you guys. And today we are teaching you how to make TP-D2s. So little R2D2s, but made from toilet paper rolls, which is why we call them TP-D2s. So we have already done the body, the head, the eyes, the legs, the feet, and now we're on one of the last steps, which is the accessories. So I just added little buttons here. I added on my little Frankenbot, some little green bolts on either side. Really enjoying this. Yeah. And please let us know if you have any questions. We'd love to hear any questions that you have about our channel, about Miga Made, about TP-D2s, anything that you want to know. Okay.
Put my last one in here.
Nice. You should do it so that the camera can see it. You can show them what you're doing.
No. Just for me.
Do it. Show them.
Oh, no. Fell out. Get back in there before I glue it to my finger.
There you go.
All right. So she has a brad in the top of her head.
Cute.
And on the front of the body here, two buttons there. And I chose to keep them off center so they wouldn't look like
shirt buttons.
Like shirt buttons.
Yeah.
They look more like if they're part of her body.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I did it off center so that it didn't look perfect. I like it to be kind of off to one side.
Did you get anything on their back? Like
wait, you were gonna do bunny ears. Yeah, you were gonna do bunny ears on hers, right?
Good call, good call.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna put like an on-off switch back here, right there. I'm just gonna put, but I'm gonna make it out of whatever we've got here. So let's see, what have we got here? I could do just like that little guy right there.
So one thing I love about this. So Christy had an obvious theme in the beginning. Hers was a Frankenbot. I didn't really know what I was doing, but in the end, it's going to, it'll sort of be like a bunny bot.
Yeah.
And like that's a really cool thing. I didn't know I was going to start out doing that, but
so great.
it will end up that way.
All right, so I added a little power switch to my guy right there. Okay. Look at your little bunny ears. I love it. That's great.
This might be hot glue, I think.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Definitely.
This is a hot glue piece.
It's a hot glue job right there. Some plastics take well to super glue, and some just have a really hard time with it. So that's why we always have both glues out. So we can use all different types of glues, whatever works for that plastic or that material. All right.
Much better.
Yeah, that's great. Here, I'll show the camera. It's like little bunny antenna. That's so great. Super cute, Evan.
You know what's missing?
What?
And these like little bunny teeth. That's
Oh,
another
yeah, that would be
accessory.
cute.
Yeah.
Like that.
I think I'm going to use this space bar from this little keyboard piece.
That sounds good. While Evan's doing that, I thought maybe you guys would want to see some more cool props from our Miga Made videos. So I was gonna show them the prop from the last video. Our last video was all about making a jetpack and then going to a place called the Digital Desert to rescue a cupcake capacitor. So I'm going to show you the Evan's jetpack. Dun, 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 dun.
What's it made out of?
Bum, 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 bum. Cool jetpack.
Ooh, the wings fold out.
Oh yes, very cool. I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna put it on.
Put it on.
Yeah.
But don't go anywhere.
Okay. No, I'm not gonna jet off anywhere.
Don't start.
I'm just gonna. I won't. I'm just. It's too dangerous in here anyway to start the jetpack. Look at that. So cool. If you want to know how to make a jetpack, you should check out the video that we made, and it shows Evan making it.
Yeah, you can just
Pretty
follow
cool.
along.
Yeah, especially if you have an old backpack that you can use. Very cool.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Look at how funny this is.
Yes, that's great. Oh my gosh, that's adorable.
We made a little character. It's like a hippity hoppity TP-D2.
Love it. That's so great.
Oh, it's a tail.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Hey,
what about this?
We're going all
This
in.
could be a little tail,
That could be
right? Like a little bunny tail.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let me show
Kristen, you're a
Let me
genius.
show everybody. Little bunny tail right there. Okay, go for it. Make it happen. Ooh, I'm so excited.
So yeah, I love that jetpack video. That was a lot of fun to make.
Me too.
It was pretty easy to make too.
To make the jetpack?
To make the jetpack.
Yeah.
I think you guys should make your own. And maybe even try to make your own little jetpack video. That would be cool.
Oh yeah, that would be so cool to watch. Oh my gosh, I would love to see that. Okay, we have a little cottontail. So cute. Oh my gosh, I just love it. Oh, so good. Okay, so I think we're at the very last final part of
Yes.
TP-D2s,
Yeah.
which is if you want to, you can draw some little wires and circuitry onto the front.
Here's some examples. That guy has a little circuitry drawn on him.
There, like that. And this guy, little circuitry and wires to make it look
Little
mechanical.
hatches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So however you want to add some of your own little details onto it, go for it.
If your robot has a name, I know that's the next step. You got to name a robot.
Gotta name your robot.
But
Gotta have a name.
If you know the name of your robot, maybe you could put the name of your robot.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, mine is obviously named Kaz because
Kaz.
it's got
already
buttons
on
that say that, so we're good.
there. Kaz the Frankenstein.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and draw mine so that people can watch. We'll just find where it is. There we go.
I'm using a red permanent marker. And it looks really neat on the purple.
Want me to show?
One second. Finish. So that's one piece.
My marker's having a hard time drawing.
Is it maybe because it's painted?
It could be. I also can't get it great. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. So the red on the purple, it's subtle. It's not as bold as like a black would be, but,
Right.
but I kind of like that.
I'm just gonna try this one instead. Just try a thicker one.
I'm going to do a couple of panels. Maybe a little readout screen or something.
So focused.
Yeah, everybody
Oh,
focus.
so focused.
Now, if you mess up, you can either paint over it, draw over it,
Oh yeah, you can always fix it.
glue something over it. If you want, you could even take extra cardboard that you have and glue on your layered panels.
Oh
on
yeah,
top of it.
that would be cool. I'm a teacher, and at my school, if you feel like you made a mistake on your art, you just say, if you mess it up, you dress it up. You know, you just keep going. You just keep trying. Sometimes mistakes can even lead you into better directions.
Oh, I think so.
You know?
Like you could be making a droid and go, whoops, I made it into a bunny.
Oops. How awesome.
It's really cool.
How great. All right. Okay, so I made some circuitry here.
I think
This
that's good,
guy,
too.
yep. Go ahead and show yours.
I didn't add too much. I just put a little bit on the back, a little circuitry on the back. And then on the front, I drew around my buttons. And I drew a little seam line, hatch line here. We could start. Okay, all right.
All right,
So-
so I'm gonna put my cap back on. All right, cool. So
Complete.
they are complete. I hope you guys have completed yours too. Here's our funky, cool TP-D2s. Mine turned out to be a little
Wait.
Frankenbot.
We need to name them.
Oh, mine's a Frankenbot, and I think his name is Kaz because he's got the name right there on his little body. So that's what his name's gonna be. I like it.
I think I'm gonna name this one Little Bun.
Little Bun.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right.
All right, so we have completed TP-D2s. We can add them to our little army of TP-D2s right there. And we have a whole bunch. They are ready for invasion right there. And we hope you guys had a great time.
Yeah.
We hope that you enjoyed making TP-D2s. And please go to migamade.com and check out some of our videos and let us know what you think.
And post your stuff.
Post your stuff.
We
We
wanna
want to
see it.
see it. Thank you so much to Family Maker Camp. We are so happy to be a part of this. Thanks for the invite, and we hope to see you guys again really soon. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Evan and Chris. Excuse me. Thank you for joining us on Family Maker Camp. I had too many video views open there. Those were great. We did have some questions about how folks could show us what they made. So we have #MakeTogether, and that'll aggregate into on our Maker Camp page. And you have a few hashtags as well.
We do. We have, well, of course, #Miga Made, and we'll see it. But we also have Miga Makers, which are the people that like to watch our videos and make cool stuff with us, are our Miga Makers. So
Okay.
#Miga Makers.
Okay, good, because that's what I put in the chat. I wanted to make sure that we got those right. And then I love that quote, if you mess it up, dress it up. In art class, I always remember there are no mistakes, there's only opportunities. So I also put that one in the chat because I found that to be super inspiring. And yes, I hope that we can premiere or have another video from you guys soon. That was fantastic. And thank you everybody for joining us on Maker Camp today. Please check us out at makercamp.com and sign up. And Maker Camp is brought to you solely by the members of Make Community. So if you want to support this programming, please sign up and become a member at make.co. Thank you again, Evan and Christy. That was fantabulous.
Thank you.
And yes, we'll plan for the next time and we'll let you know.
Great.
We'll let the viewers know when you'll be on again.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.